Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and today, ladies and gentlemen, will be the end of As the Clock Turns read-along series, at least for now. This is about to be the end of Chapter 1. We have Part 6. Now, this series is once again by Can Do Studios. I've been checking this series out for maybe about a month, I don't know, but it's hard to believe we're almost already done with the series. This is part 6 and the final part of chapter 1 of the series, and this will pretty much conclude the end of it, at least for now. Because I did search up on Ken's channel if he had a chapter 2 going on or anything, just to make sure I didn't miss any, but this is it for now. He's only done one chapter, splitting them up into 6 parts, as well as re-uploading the whole entire first chapter all in 1 hour video, but I decided to do parts because I figured it'd be a little easier for me. So, this is the final part of Chapter 1, ladies and gentlemen, and after this, that'll be it for now. So, I really don't know what to say about this. It's been a pretty interesting read-along series. It's a fanfic, of course, and, this series really has been interesting me since the beginning get-go on where it was going. It takes place in between, shortly after Princess Celestia and Princess Luna retire, and then Twilight becomes the ruler of Equestria, and it's pretty much right before the final episode of the Friendship is Magic series, The Last Problem, where Twilight Sparkle has her own student, Luster Dawn. So it takes place in between them, where Twilight's remembering some of her old memories, like a little bit shortly after I think Celestia and Luna retired, or maybe before they retired. If you guys have paid attention to the previous parts, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this has been a very interesting series so far. This will be the end of it, at least for now, as I said. So, curious to wonder what's going to happen here in Part 6, because the ending of Part 5 kind of actually got a little interesting. And it did upgrade a little bit because we had some SFM animation going on in Part 5 in the last video. But I don't know what to expect here, but hopefully it'll be good. Also, by the way, if you guys are still wondering, for those of you that know about my YouTube series on my second YouTube channel, Joe Flash 6.7 Lives, wondering when We Will Meet Sequester Girls Episode 2 will come out, still unclear, but Alex did send out a notification to the voice actors about when they'll turn their voice lines in. Hopefully, maybe they'll turn them in pretty soon. He is currently working on episode 2. He shared with me a couple videos on what he's got so far at the beginning of the episode, where he's only at the beginning, so we're still working on it, but hopefully it'll be done very, very soon. And, yeah, hope you guys are just as excited as we are whenever episode 2 comes out. But anyway, enough talking about that. Let's just go and get right into this. I'm ready to just go ahead and end this series. I really should have already had this done a long time ago, just reacted to this back-to-back days, but I was just taking breaks and was doing other stuff as well at the same time and much more, so I couldn't do them repeatedly like I would have, but at least we finally get to end them, So anyway, let's go ahead and check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the end of the series for now. I'm curious to wonder how Chapter 1 is going to end with Part 6. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. So like John Cena and Triple H would always say, your time is up, my time is now. It's time to play the game. So let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? No more wasting any more time. As the Clock Turns, story reading, Chapter 1, Part 6, the final part. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Gotta love that intro. It's a pretty good little intro with just the clock ticking. Because, hey, it's called As the Clock Turns, so why would it not be a good intro for this kind of series?
After a few minutes of exchanging formalities, Fluttershy finally arrived.
There we go.
Oh, dear.
Was wondering about that. That's exactly what I was wondering at the end of Part 5 in the last video we checked out, and finally, here she is, so... Ladies and gentlemen, the whole gang is back.
I'm sorry, Emily. I had to make sure all the animals of New Everfree were taken care of. Darling, it doesn't matter when you arrive, just as long as you do arrive,
said Rarity, who lay on the other side of Applejack. The orange mare took a moment to look at her friends, one after the other. The main 6, together again, all too soon with no friendship.
I can't make a heart, I'm sorry.
Catalyst. Spike, on the other hoof, missed out on account that he was packing for the trip back to Canterlot. It was comforting to know all her best friends were there just to support her in her time of need. Just
It was
them
needed.
all together, brought back a smile to her face.
Always good to
once
have a
more.
group reunion.
She started to dry up her tears and began talking like her own self.
I was going through the attic today.
The mere mention of the attic made Twilight's eye twitch. Applejack noticed this, but ignored it.
I was going through the attic today,
Sorry,
and
there,
I
read
wound up
something.
finding these few pieces of paper written by my grain. It looks up to be like a poem or song of some sorts. I can't make out most of the writing, but from what I've gathered, from the words I can read, this is definitely made to be a song. But all I can read is the top line. Last one out. Don't turn off the light.
She handed it to Twilight, who started skimming all the pages and then started to shuffle them in a particular order. But before Applejack could ask why, Twilight started to read it.
To my apple core. If at all you are wanting another song idea, here are a few notes I jotted down. What? You can actually read this gibberish, Twilight? Well, as a delegate of Equestria and as a previous teacher of the School of Friendship, let's just say I've learned how to read a pony's bad handwriting.
Well, don't keep me in suspense, hon. What the rest got to say?
The last one out. Don't turn off the lights. Rick by Granny Smith. The last one out. Don't turn out the lights. You may be lonely and you may be uptight. But never forget about the ponies who love you. They all want you to be only what you can do. I'm not saying this just to be nice. I just want to give some advice. When you are feeling lonely and you're the last one out, first tell others that you are in a drought. And all the ponies who
This is like
love
another
and do
friendship
your
lesson
heart
right
will
here, now that I
remind
look
you
at it
of
and
the
think
many
about it.
chores you took part.
I mean, hey, that's the point of Friendship
They
is
don't
Magic,
say
right?
this
Just
to close the
teaching
lid.
of friendship and
They
much
remind
more.
you of all you ever did. Because
And
you
that's
lit
what
the
people love
way
about the show. It
into
isn't just a
their
show for you to
hearts.
watch, but it also teaches you and helps you learn about stuff. The
That's
show definitely taught me some good things
all
when I
that's
checked
on
out a few
here.
episodes, as well as Equestria Girls.
That's
I
actually
just had to point
pretty
that out,
good.
sorry.
The Catons need some work, but pretty good.
She quickly took back the pages from Twilight, looked at the sky, then looked at the pages some more.
I was also going to say that this is kind of going back to square one from the first part of Chapter 1, where there's no pictures at all, you just have to listen for dialogue.
Well, then, I'm gonna finish it.
Whoa. This is way different from when you were Apple Core, AJ. You got to follow the same structure. And it just sounds like a lot.
Gonna finish it, Dash. Whoa. It's what she would do for me if we were switched. I'm gonna finish this song. Just for her. Mark my words, Grandma.
She said, looking at Granny's grave, as if in response, a loud growl came from Applejack's stomach.
And I'll start working on it after breakfast and chores. Come on, every pony. I'll serve you all up too. Might as well since you all been here and all.
They began to start down the path when something caught Fluttershy's amazing peripheral vision.
I thought that we were the only ones invited to see Applejack today. Well, we were.
Commented Twilight, looking at where Fluttershy was. There, walking past the front gate of the farm, were two ponies that Twilight had never seen before, yet looked awfully familiar.
Well, the more the merrier. Let's go down and invite them.
Do any of you know those two ponies?
A quick no from everyone except Applejack was heard, and as Twilight looked at Applejack to ask why, she didn't need to give an answer. The truth was written all over her face. As Twilight saw what she was looking at, she froze too. There on the flanks of the two ponies were the cutie mark of a pear and an apple. Looking at them again, Twilight finally remembered who these ponies were. If one looked on the dresser beside where Applejack woke every morning, is a photo of a young couple holding an infant Applejack. Their names were Bright Mac and Pear Butter.
Never heard of those.
Here they were, older yet
Are these
skinnier,
fan-made characters?
the lost
I'm
parents.
sure Ken will answer that question in the comments. Wow. Oh, that's it? Wow, that was fast. That was real fast. I mean, I knew this was going to be pretty short. It was only 8 minutes, but wow, that was a lot shorter than I expected it to be. Wow. So apparently that's how Chapter 1 ends, huh? So I guess if Ken ever does do Chapter 2, I guess we'll maybe learn about those 2 new characters that he just named out. I'm definitely not familiar with those characters at all. I don't know if they're actual characters from the series or fan-made. Nah, they gotta be fan-made, because if I've never heard of them, they gotta be fan-made characters, right? Plus, this is a fanfic series, so wouldn't hurt to make own characters, you know? But hey, you know what? At least it was a bit of a happy ending in the end for Chapter 1, because... Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I guess that's it. No, like, post-credit scene or nothing like that. Just the clock ticking and alarm going off. Yep, in Chapter 1, to be continued. Wow. Well, that's it, y'all. That is it for Chapter 1. Yep. To be continued on whenever Chapter 2 comes out in the future. I gotta give it a round of applause. I gotta at least clap for that, because you know what? That is actually really good. This is actually a really good fanfic series. This is actually, like, really interesting storytelling on what would happen probably in between, like, before the last episode of Friendship is Magic, as well as, like, when Twilight first become a princess, she remembers stuff. I mean, hey, we do that quite a lot, too. I mean, I spend a lot of days every once in a while remembering some of my old memories from, like, high school or when I was younger and stuff, you know? I'm just like that, you know? Sometimes you miss some of the good old days. You just wish you could go back and do it all over again. So, yeah, I don't blame, you know, Twilight remembering stuff and all that. Or even Applejack trying to remember everything she's done with Granny Smith when she passed away. So this is really good. But hey, at least it had a good ending. At least, you know, you got to see the gang get back together. Because I kind of was curious to wonder if the main 6 was going to be able to get back together before the end of the series or the end of the chapter. And there they are. They got back together. Fluttershy didn't appear at the end of Part 5, but at least she appeared here in Part 6. So we finally got to see all 6 of them. So yeah, so pretty much this part went back to like Part 1 of Chapter 1 where you just had to listen. There was no pictures or anything. You just had to listen for dialogue. So it went back to Part 1 kind of. But hey, it's still interesting nonetheless. So I still enjoyed that. It was very, very short, but at least it was worth enough to check it out, man. At least it was a good ending to have the whole gang get back together, man. And then there's introduction of 2 new characters that I'm not familiar with. I don't think anybody is, so... Whenever Chapter 2, I guess, comes out in the near future, it looks like maybe those 2 will probably be featured in Chapter 2. Who knows? But hey, Ken, thank you, man. Thank you for suggesting this to me. Because, I mean, honestly, it's really hard for me nowadays to find My Little Pony content on YouTube for me to check out. Especially ones that I've never seen before that I can do blind reactions to. Because most of my reactions are just normal reactions. Like, I've seen them before, but it's just been a long time. It's hard for me to find stuff that I've excuse me, I got a yawn. But, you know, blind reactions, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to, like, find blind reaction to stuff these days. I mean, some of my reactions that are titled reactions, some of them were blind reactions as well, but I just didn't know about what blind reaction meant at the time, so I just didn't call them blind reaction. But now that I know what blind reaction means, maybe anytime, if I remember from now on, if I start reacting to stuff that I've never seen before, I'll try to title it blind reaction if I can. I may forget, but who knows? Anyway, you guys, so that is it for this series for now. So it looks like I'm back to square one where I have no idea what series I'm going to check out now. I don't know, maybe if I'll try to search My Little Pony content again, or before this series came along, before Ken suggested me this series, I did have a thought about maybe doing voice comparison reactions again, since it's been a while since I did voice comparison reactions, and I did enjoy that for a little while before I decided to take a break from it. I was doing Marvel superheroes for a little while until I decided to take a halt on that and do some other stuff. I wasn't sure if I was going to maybe continue on with Marvel superheroes or maybe I was going to start doing DC heroes. I don't know. There's a lot of Marvel superheroes anyway, so it's going to be really hard to try to go through them all, but I guess I could try. I was gonna maybe think about maybe doing Spider-Man character voice comparison reactions, believe it or not, because I don't know, I love Spider-Man, and he's my favorite superhero. That I was thinking maybe I should probably maybe react to all the possible Spider-Man voice comparisons that I could find on YouTube, like all Spider-Man related characters that have voice comparisons in them. Like maybe hopefully they have Mary Jane Watson, Harry Osborn, maybe Norman Osborn, the Green, and some of Spider-Man's supervillains such as the Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Carnage, Venom, quite a few others. Maybe even some other characters like J. Jonah Jameson or even Aunt May possibly. I kind of already did Gwen Stacy because Gwen Stacy. They went when I checked out the Gwen Stacy voice comparison. They did it between like Gwen Stacy / Ghost Spider / Spider Gwen because they went through them all. So it was really when I was checking out Spider characters, like when I was celebrating Spider-Man's something anniversary. I think last year I decided to check out more Spider characters, and I did had to do Spider-Gwen, even though at the time I never watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at the time, but I still gave Haley Stenfield a thumbs up, and I definitely now give her a double thumbs up because I did finally start watching Into the Spider-Verse after then, and when Beyond the Spider-Verse came out, I finally checked out Into the Spider-Verse first before then, and then I got to see Beyond the Spider-Verse in theaters, and it was really good. Both movies are great. Definitely cannot wait for Across the Spider-Verse was the next one. Into the Spider-Verse was first, and then the one I saw from earlier this year was Across the Spider-Verse. The one that's rumored to be coming out next year is Beyond the Spider-Verse. Excuse me, I got them mixed up. It's just the names are pretty similar, but hopefully Beyond the Spider-Verse will come out next year. I really would love to see that. That's if I'm still here by the time, but we'll see. I bet I'm willing to believe Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be pretty awesome, because like I said, those films are actually really good. I really do love those films. They're great. Sure can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse whenever it does come out and stuff like that. And rumor does have it Sonic the Hedgehog 3 should be coming out next year as well, so hopefully we'll see maybe if that happens or not. Definitely can't wait for both of those films if they do come out next year. Those are two films I'll be excited for if they do both come out next year as rumored to be planned. Some people were thinking that maybe Tom Holland's next Spider-Man film was maybe going to come out next year too, but it's said that it's not going to start filming until late 2024, so it may not even come out until 2025, so we'll have to see what happens and all that kind of stuff. Plus, we still don't even know what my future still holds, if I'll still be here next month or not, or if I'm going to move or whatever. Because, I did have to update people about it on my second channel about the series because, there was a possibility that the series that I'm doing on my second channel with my best friend Alex may or may not get canceled because of the move. But we're going to try to do the best we can to continue on with the series, even if I do move, just to let y'all know. So we'll see what happens. I sure hope I don't move because I'm really not ready to say goodbye to all my friends here, and all that stuff. But I still will definitely be on YouTube still. It's just going to feel a lot harder doing YouTube videos in a new location, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I got left to say, you guys. So I do also have another game idea that I was going to do. I've already done this video game before on my channel. I played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the World of Light Adventure mode. But the problem with I was maybe thinking about redoing it again, maybe replaying it on my channel again. Because the problem is from when I did it about 3 years ago in 2020, I didn't really exactly do the whole game on the channel. I was kind of cheating a bit. Like I was playing it a bit off of my channel as well, skipping some of it. So I want to be fair and go through the whole thing on camera, but it's going to be kind of hard to do it because I'm going to have to make a lot of parts because the World of Light Adventure mode takes hours to complete. It takes almost nearly more than 1 day to complete. It took me 3 days to complete it when I decided to replay it not too long ago. Like about a month or two ago, I decided to replay it again after my Switch was working again, and I finished all the rest of the characters I had left to complete with Classic Mode, and then I went through World of Light Adventure Mode and spent countless hours playing it, and I finished it in 3 days. So I don't know how many parts it would take for me to complete if I decide to do it again, and this time not cheat and do the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? I have no idea, but that's something else I got in mind as well. I just don't know if I'll do it yet because of just the possibility and how many videos I have to make is what's stressing me out a little bit. And the fact that sometimes whenever I do videos on my camera, like when I actually make videos on my camera, like when I do the Cards Against Humanity series or video games, they take longer to upload than I do here with the recorder, just to let you know. But those are potential ideas I have in mind. I might go back to doing voice comparison reaction videos. As I said, maybe might do Spider-Man characters. I don't know. But stay tuned for whatever I do decide to do next, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I'll be back real soon. I'm not gonna try. I hope I don't take a break. I don't know if I will or not. I don't know what's happening next. This is maybe where I may need to chill for a little bit just to decide on what I want to do next. Because trying to find new stuff to do on this channel can be a little bit difficult after a while when you just want to find something new to check out and all that. But if you guys have any suggestions for any series you may want me to check out, I wouldn't mind listening. I don't know if I will do the series that y'all suggest, but I could put it into mind if I run out of ideas. I mean, you know, when Ken did suggest me this series, I wasn't too sure at first if I wanted to do it, but I was like, screw it, because I got nothing else better to watch, and plus I don't have anything else new that I want to watch, so I was just willing to take it. And plus, I don't watch that much My Little Pony content on my channel these days, and I really would like to check out more, especially those that I haven't seen before, so it really would give me a better opportunity. But that's all I got left to say, y'all. I hope you still at least enjoy Nothing OS, you know. I didn't mention this because I didn't get to celebrate this, but in one of my previous videos, I think I did mention that it was 8 years on my channel. So in case if you guys haven't actually been paying attention, this year actually marks 8 years since my channel debuted. So this year actually marked the 8th anniversary of my YouTube channel. I don't remember what day it was exactly, but it was sometime around in November when I checked through to see when the channel debuted, and it was in 2015. So my channel has been on YouTube for 8 years now, ladies and gentlemen. So I was thinking about maybe doing a special video to celebrate, but I didn't know what to do, so I just skipped it and just decided, you know what, it's just been a normal one. So, but yeah, 8 years on YouTube. It's hard to believe I've been on YouTube for this long, man. I still remember like it was yesterday when I made my very first video in 2017. Like, I started the channel in 2015, but I originally was just a normal viewer from 2015 and 16, just watching videos, until I finally got to start making videos in February 2017, and then that's when I started my whole videoing process. And I've been making a lot of videos since, and I made almost close to 1,000 videos. I don't even know how many total videos I have on my channel, so I've been making quite a lot over the years. Most of them don't get a lot of views. A lot of my videos never really got a lot of views, but it's still worth making it because, you know, this is just fun. You know, being on YouTube is always fun every once in a while, even if it's hard to come up with new ideas for stuff. It keeps me entertained outside every once in a while when I'm super bored outside of YouTube when I don't have anything better to do. So I appreciate for those of you that have stayed on my channel or have joined my channel for almost 8 years or for most of the journey with me. I appreciate it. Really has been a blast. I hope to continue doing more in the future. I don't know what else to say other than what I just said, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and head on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll see you next time whenever another video does come out. So I hope y'all have a good one. Like I said, I still remember like it was yesterday when I made my very first video on my YouTube channel in February 2017. I was like 14 years old when I started my channel. Like when I first started making videos on my channel in 2017, I was literally 14 years old. I remember because I looked through back, because usually every single year back then I used to make a video on my birthday celebrating every age I grew up in, and the very first birthday video I made was when I turned 15, therefore confirming I was 14 when I made my first video. So I was 14 years old when I started the channel. Like I was literally 14 years old, was just a teenager when I started this channel, like when I started making videos on this channel. And look at me today in 2023, I am 21 years old. Like, holy chalupa, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what else to say, sorry. Like, it's just hard to believe it's been that long. Literally started making videos in 2017 at 14 years old, and I'm still doing it years later in 2023 at 21 years old, and I'm a young adult now, don't even go to school anymore. At the time when I started making videos, I was in middle school, was about to be on my way to high school, and then I was in college just a few years back, and now I'm no longer in college anymore. I'm trying to live like a young adult. It's been a crazy journey over the years, guys. So for those of you that have stayed on my channel for most of that journey, I appreciate it all. I sure hope to do more in the channel pretty soon. This is not me making a retirement speech or anything. I don't want you to think that I'm going to be taking a long break or anything. I just need to put some thoughts about what I want to do next on my channel. But like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on any videos or even series maybe you might want me to check out on YouTube, you can go out on ahead and do them. I don't know maybe if I will do them. I can't guarantee that I will, but I could put it into thoughts on whatever you decide to ask me about. You know what I'm saying? Because I really would love to check out more MLP content, at least for that matter, because like I said, it's really hard for me to check out My Little Pony content nowadays. So if you guys have any MLP content you maybe want me to check out, go out on ahead and say the word, you know what I'm saying? And I'll put it into thoughts. I got nothing more left to be said. I'm officially done talking this time. I'm ready to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Glad and thank you for joining. I hope to see you next time real soon. So I hope y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. So that'll be it for today, guys. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike to give it a thumbs down. Join me next time for the next video. To all you boys, men, and gals out there, fist bumps good to all of you. To all the girls, ladies, and women out there, kisses got to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.